Think if I get sent to prison again, I'm gonna go psycho. if, and I think at that point, there's no more Johnny, there's no more Ramsey at that point. I feel like I'll go.
If I ever end up in prison again, I'm going to lose it. Seriously, if that happens, there won't be a Ramsey anymore. I'll go completely off the rails. This is the version of Johnny Somali we saw in his latest documentary, warning everyone that if he lands behind bars, he's going to snap. And that's just the start. Johnny Somali and Hank Yu have done far more in this documentary, stuff that could land them in serious trouble with their court date coming up fast. And now, more details are emerging, revealing what Johnny Somali is really trying to do with this film, and why this whole thing might actually be a calculated move. Believe it or not, Johnny's now trying to stir up drama with Legal Mindset. Yeah, you heard me. They're even going as far as smearing him publicly. I'll explain everything in this video. Let's dive in. Even before he's officially locked up, Johnny's out here trying to ruin the life of someone who once stood by him during his entire chaotic ride in South Korea. Now, let's be real. Hank didn't do it out of the goodness of his heart. I risked my family not covering my tuition just to help Johnny because I genuinely thought it was the right thing to do. His mom hates me. Your mom hates me, right? Yeah. My mom can't stand you, so do my grandparents. But still, you said, despite all that, he's my friend, and what's happening to him is wrong. I want to make sure he gets out of Korea alive. Yeah. So, what did your family think of you helping me? They thought I was insane. They called it despicable, the fact that I'm standing up for what I believe in. My dad's side of the family? Fake as hell. My mom's side? Even worse. Screw them all. I only care about the inheritance. Hope they die. Can you even wrap your head around that? You raise a child in luxury, give them everything, send them abroad to get the best education, all so they can build a bright future. And then, in your old age, when you need support, that same child turns around and says they wish you were dead? I only care about their inheritance. Screw them! Hope they die. Unbelievable. I wouldn't wish someone like Hank Yu on anyone. That kind of twisted mindset clearly points to something deeply wrong upstairs. At one point in the documentary, they even brought up Ice Poseidon, highlighting how this toxic IRL streaming culture, this clout-chasing obsession, can totally wreck your brain, all for quick internet fame. You could ignore all that, but when I'm creating content, I can't show empathy or sympathy. That kind of stuff just doesn't make entertaining videos. You can even see, in a screenshot, Hank asking Alex Novel, the guy behind the documentary, to remove certain parts because the trial is right around the corner. And leaving them in? That could make things worse for Johnny. It's clear Johnny instantly regretted what he said on camera, because now it might all come back to haunt him in court. And like I mentioned earlier, you can watch him openly admit what's going to happen if South Korea sends him to jail. So guys, are you happy to see me back IRL, back in Seoul, back doing my thing? I should probably wear headgear at this point. I swear, I think I've got CTE. I'm bipolar, sure, but the number of times I've been punched in the head? Maybe it damaged the part of my brain that handles fear or survival, because I'm not afraid of anything. I've been in foreign prisons before. If I have to do it again, I will. But if I get locked up again, I'm snapping. That'll be the end of Ramsey. I'll go insane. Did you catch that? Johnny basically admitted, without even realizing it, that what we see on the outside is just his public mask. Once he's behind bars, that's it. Game over. He's hinting that once jailed, he'll break, mentally, emotionally, completely. He's admitting that fear and depression will consume him. And I think at that point, there's no more Ramsey. At that point, I'll go crazy. That says a lot. Even Johnny Somali himself knows what's coming, and he's terrified. So with what little time he thinks he has left, he's doing whatever he wants, legal or not. Because in his head, once he's behind bars, he's done. That's why Legal Mindset put together the conviction team, and why prosecutors and officials in South Korea are eager to get this nuisance streamer out of their country and finally hold him accountable. They're an incredible group, Koreans, Americans, expats, Kyopo, all coming together to shut down Johnny Somali. And honestly, that's a smart move. This kind of content creator straight up brags, we do it for the content. We don't care about people. Think about that. To someone like Johnny, people like you or me mean nothing. We're just props for views, and that's why this has to stop. Why should someone be allowed to profit from harassment? They shouldn't. That's why it's up to all of us to speak out and make sure they're held responsible. Johnny himself said it. He wants to stay in the IRL world, even if it means hurting others for attention. But what he doesn't realize is this documentary could be his biggest mistake. Because if the judge watches it, they won't see a mentally unstable man. They'll see someone fully aware of what they're doing, someone who intentionally hurts people for clicks. This whole IRL streaming thing, it's brutal. If you've got empathy, you won't survive. That's my problem. I don't really have empathy. Even my own family has called me selfish all my life. My dad told me when I was 6 or 7, "Ramsey, you're a callous person," and I never forgot that. Can you imagine that? Being such a cold kid that even your parents start to question what kind of son they raised. Honestly, everything we're saying about Johnny Somali, that's just scratching the surface. Because even Johnny admits, his own father saw it coming. One day my son is going to grow up to be the dumbest piece of gaw on earth. And guess what? He didn't just live up to that prediction. He went above and beyond. And if you think all this chaos is limited to just one country, think again. There's more dirt surfacing every single day. What's the latest? Well, Johnny's now plotting something even lower. He's teamed up with Alex Novel to go after legal mindset again, using this so-called documentary as a weapon. And who are they dragging into it? Some random woman named Rachel Seagull, a mess of a person who's done shady stuff on camera, staged crude protests, and thrown vulgar language around for clout. Now they're twisting it all to make legal mindset look the bad guy, accusing him of things he didn't even do. It's unbelievable. And it doesn't stop there. Johnny also tried to spin the bong bong situation, pretending the victim was the one being defamed, just to manipulate the narrative. When that didn't work, he jumped to a new plan to fool people again. At this point, it's obvious how dangerous this guy is. If the authorities don't clamp down now, he's going to pull off even worse stunts next time. The way Johnny and Hank are acting, you've got to wonder if they're under the influence of something. It really makes you think. What do you think? Did this documentary turn out to be their biggest mistake, or is this just the start of their downfall? Let me know in the comments. And I think at that point, there's no more Ramsey. At that point, I feel like I'll go crazy.